Recently, there was a comment made about Shri Devi and how there are very few early works or works known from India. Well, this is true. There are few works, but we know that Shri Devi is a valid figure, a valid subject that comes from India, because we have the Sanskrit tantras that Shri Devi is first mentioned in alongside Mahakala. So what we really have to do if we have an interest in early Shri Devi imagery is we have to understand that first of all, there's two contexts in painting, early painting. We have Shri Devi as a central figure for a scroll work painting, and then we have Shri Devi as a secondary figure. Now, as a secondary figure, it means that she's most likely accompanying a central figure of Mahakala of some type. And typically for early paintings, and I'm talking 13th century, really at the earliest that I can recall, then 14th, 15th century, we have Panjanata Mahakala, where Shri Devi is part of his retinue of 3, 5, or 8 in these configurations, iconographic programs. Then we have the one-faced four-armed Mahakala, where she also can be represented. And there's really only four main forms of Shri Devi that we see in art. Now, there's some variations on these, but the four main forms are the Shri Devi that generally accompanies Panjanata Mahakala, then Shri Devi of the Naropa tradition, where the hand attributes are different than the Shri Devi that accompanies Panjanata. Then we have Dorje Rabtenma, and then we have Maxor Gyalmo. And both the Dorje Rabtenma and Maxor Gyalmo are both one-faced, two-armed. Now, we can get variations of Shri Devi and the Dorje Rabtenma from Densitil. In the Densitil sculpture, generally the Shri Devi forms that were decorated the outside of the main stupas that house the remains of the abbots of Densitil Monastery. Okay, so now there's four media types. We have painting, scrollwork painting, we have murals, site locations, and it's very possible that we can find images of Shri Devi in some of the earliest sites, such as in Alchi or in the western Himalayas regions, West Tibet. Possibly even in Dunhuang, we can find something that's from the Tangut period, so the 12th, 13th century of northern China. Then we have palm leaf or paper early manuscript pages. It's possible to find Shri Devi. It's possible, but I don't have any examples at this time. And then the fourth media type is sculpture. Now, in terms of study topics, then we really have to look at the Indian origins of Shri Devi, the Tibetan origins, the specific religious tradition in Tibet that a form of Shri Devi comes down through. And then also you need to look at, well, who's the peaceful identity? What is the peaceful identity of Shri Devi? Because Shri Devi is a class or category, and it's not just one single entity appearing in multiple forms. It's actually a class of deities that can have different origin myths as to what peaceful deities that they normally appear in when they're not wrathful. So we'll leave it at that. You can press the like button, you can subscribe, you can join HAR on Patreon for slightly longer videos, and you can help support the work we do, and you can make a donation on the homepage of Himalayan Art Resources.